The following portion of Daytime is sponsored by Kantaras Law.
Father's Day is Sunday, and for dads dealing with a separation or divorce, there are lots of questions about a father's legal rights as one half of a custody agreement. Joining us with advice for those dads is board-certified marital and family law attorney Dean Kantaras with Kantaras Law. Dean, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
There's a perception that there has been a bias against fathers in court. In your experience, is that the case?
There had been historically a bias. In the 70s, there was a 10 years presumption for younger children that would stay with their moms. Then I think in the early 2000s, there was still a bias in favor of more time with the mom as opposed to the father having only alternate weekends. More recently, though, about 2 years ago exactly, the Section 6113 was changed to have a presumption for equal time sharing. And now, essentially, most cases end with an equal time sharing schedule of some sort.
What does a judge actually look for when deciding which parent gets custody?
So under Section 6113, there's about 20 factors, but it has to do more with how the parents conduct themselves, how do they communicate, historically who was taking care of the children, things like that. Factors that the court would look, domestic violence, for instance, would change the needle a little bit. So,
if a father isn't listed on the birth certificate, does he have any legal rights?
So he would. It depends on paternity, right? So paternity needs to be established. After it's established, then he would put his name on the birth certificate. Initially, the mom is the legal custodian because they know who the mother is. The father has to file a lawsuit or through the Department of Revenue or some other way. There's an administrative process they can do to establish themselves as fathers. Once they have established themselves as the legal father, then after that, they're entitled to their schedule of time sharing.
So what if the mother violates that agreement? Can she be taken back to court?
Up until paternity is established, she can do whatever she wants. After paternity is established, she can even leave the state, by the way, before then. Once paternity has been established, then there's all kinds of restrictions that take place. So she wouldn't be able to leave the state, and also there'd be a time sharing schedule put in place, and that person would be able to enforce it. So if she didn't comply with that order, then the person would be entitled to make-up time, attorney's fees, things like that. There's penalties.
We have heard about complaints from dads who say that they have 50-50 custody, yet they still pay full child support. Is that legal?
So the child support is tied to the income of the parties, and then you incorporate the time sharing schedule. So if it's equal time sharing, one party's making more money than the other. So it might be the mother. If she's making more money than the father, then there'll be child support paid from that parent to the other.
All right, Dean, thank you so much for educating us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. And if you'd like more information, be sure to visit kantaraslaw.com or call the number on your screen. It's 813-755-4300. Daytime, we'll be right back.
The preceding portion of Daytime was sponsored by Kantaras Law.